Cheers and welcome to Bitter Reality Brewing. Yes, we're talking about Pliny the Elder. We're talking about beer kits, and this beer kit specifically from MoreBeer. Now, MoreBeer sent me the kit. I bought the shirt. I bought the shirt like probably a couple months ago. If you didn't see that video, yeah, you missed it. The big thing I was talking about is how MoreBeer has really stepped it up over the past probably year or two, and doing the videos, brewing just like the rest of us out there, and offering a large variety and really trying to cater to home brewers. And a lot of home brewers sadly have lost their local home brew shop. They even did a video about that was kind of cool, about a local home brew shop in California. I think it was the oldest one around. And sometimes MoreBeer is your only choice, or there are other choices, but you know, you want to go to the one that's going to have the variety, the pricing, and just really take care of you. And I can relate to MoreBeer, and I really appreciate what they've been doing. And that's why, you know, I'm talking to them through email, and I'm like, hey, you know, I'd love to brew one of these. I thought about buying one. They're like, we'll send you one. Just send us a link to the video. I'm like, I'll send you a link to the videos. So yes, this one is all about Pliny the Elder and beer kits in general at MoreBeer. And why? Because they have 250 different beer kits. And if you want to add extract versus all grain, then technically it's over 500. And of course you have the choice of liquid malt extract or dry malt extract or all grain. So yeah, that's a huge selection. If you can't find the beer kit for you, I don't know what to do to help you. The other thing, I did a survey recently, and I know it was just a very small snapshot, but what it showed me was that there's a lot of people out there not only brewing with beer kits, but what they're doing is they're buying the kits and then they're adding hops. They're adding certain things to the beer kits to kind of either kick up the ABV, kick up the hops, add something else to it. Heck, I mean, I'm wondering, what if I pitched Belgian yeast? Yeah, that'd be freaking awesome. So there's so many different things you can do with a beer kit. So let's get started. Don't forget, like, subscribe, keep sharing. Definitely appreciate the sharing. Definitely appreciate the hitting that little subscribe button. You're awesome. Thank you. So I'm gonna go into what happens. Let's say you go on to MoreBeer and you're looking to buy a beer kit, and we're gonna say, oh, we picked Pliny the Elder. And yes, I'll leave you an affiliate link down below. But yeah, we're gonna pick Pliny the Elder. Well, what do we get with it? How does it come? What are our options? Before I even tear, and yes, I'm gonna tear this bad boy open. I just got it today. I wanna put my hops in my freezer. I wanna put all the rest of the malts, you know, just somewhere where it's probably in the same bag, just out of the way. But when you go to buy the beer kit, you have two things you can download. One is this beautiful color photo that comes in here, or image, picture, print, whatever you want to call it. You can download that, and I printed it on a laser so it's black and white. And it kind of gives you a nice rough draft. You're like, okay, so I've got 14, almost 14 and a half pounds of grain. I've got 14 ounces of hops. And that's a big thing. If you're not keeping inventory, like massive amounts of grain and tons of different types of hops, you're not gonna have the correct ingredients. And you're either gonna buy a lot that you now need to use up for different things, or the convenience, you can buy a kit that has exactly what you need, and for a lot less than if you were to buy each of those ounces and each of those little 2 ounce and 3 ounce. You know, it's a great value, and it makes it convenient. And if you want to modify it, it's a nice base, you know, get yourself a wheat ale and go nuts, or a little Pilsner and go nuts. But yeah, so I've got 14 pounds of grain, like I said, or 14 and almost a half. And if I was doing DME, I would have a little bit different. It would have 6 ounces of specialty grains, but I would have dry malt extract. If I was doing liquid, I would have some liquid. And then it tells you all the hops and when their additions are, other additions. And it tells you, you know, extract only. I've got some maltodextrin. And then for the end of the boil, 10 minutes, I got 1 pound of corn sugar. I got a clarifier, which is a Whirlflock tablet. I got a cool thing here that's in color in here. And I meant to buy one, I haven't had time, but yeah, I was gonna get a handle, but they sell beer handles for like, I think it's 17 bucks, somewhere around that price. And it's a tap handle, beer handle, tap handle, whatever. And you can insert the pitcher in there. And it's just, you know, it's just like, I guess cardstock, I don't know, I haven't opened it. But yeah, that's kind of cool, because then once you put the beer on tap, you got it there. If you're putting it in a bottle, I'll let you deal with that. So they also have a thing on the back of the tap handle. It's kind of a picture. I don't think you can put it in the back. You won't see it unless you want to put that instead of the other one, where you can put your stats. They give you some basic instructions, but they also have another download link where you can download brewing instructions. And I'm going to tell you, if you're new to brewing, take it with a grain of salt, because it's a rabbit hole that you can go down if you're not familiar with brewing and all the different steps that you may need to do based on your system. So this system, and we're going to talk about this specifically, Pliny the Elder, okay? When you go to buy it, it's going to say, hey, do you want it in DME, LME? That's going to be on the extract version. If you go over to the all grain, it's just going to be all grain. It's going to say, hey, do you want your grains milled or not? Now, I'm going to tell you the specialty grains that are coming in here, somewhere in here, yeah, they're going to be grained, or milled, sorry. Any of your specialty malts that come in small amounts are going to be pre-milled. But any of your base malts, like the 2-row here, I've got right here, the Breeze 2-row brewer's malt, I said, hey, don't mill it, I'll mill it. And yeah, that's my base malts. I have 5-pound bag, 5-pound bag, 3-pound bag, and 1 pound of carapils unmilled. So that's really cool. I like that, and that way, and don't worry about the specialty grain if for some reason you feel it's milled a little more than you want it, because this is your base, and your base is going to give you plenty of filtration. So don't worry about it. And it's optional. Yes or no, you want it milled. You don't get to pick the milling. That's the key, is if you have your own mill, great. You don't have your own mill and it's convenience, like you're doing a brew in a bag, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. The other options you get are, you're going to get yeast. What yeast do you want to pick? And there's going to be multiple options. You don't have to pick one of those. You can say no yeast because you already have one, or you can go, you know what? I'm going to pick something completely different than what they're offering because I've always wanted to try this yeast. Well, good example, Cellar Science Cali. That was not an option. But Vito at MoreBeer said, dude, I recommend this yeast with this. Trust me, it'll be great. And I'm like, dude, I mean, think about the people at MoreBeer, okay? They may not brew as much as you, they may brew more than you, but they work with home brewers all over the country and some outside the country. So they're dealing with home brewers on a daily basis, more than you could probably ever imagine brewing. So they've heard probably everything you can imagine, good, bad, and indifferent. So you're actually taking their expertise and being able to apply that to your brewing. And that's something that's really awesome. And like me, I don't like to be intrusive, so you can always, send them a support email, or you can get on the review section where it says, hey, do you have questions? You could go specifically to a certain beer kit and say, hey, I have questions. What do you think about doing this? Or could I do that? And of course, if you say, can I use a different yeast? They're gonna say yes. You need to be a little more specific, but yeah. So we're gonna use Cali when we go to brew, and yes, we're gonna be brewing this very soon, but you can also add ice packs. I recommend ice packs. I recommend the little package that you can get it. If you're buying liquid yeast, just do it. Dry yeast, you're usually fine as long as it's not 120 degrees outside. Yeast nutrients, you can buy that in the whole step. You can get your grain bags, you can get your steeping bags for your hops or for your grains. I haven't opened this, so I don't know if it comes in a bag or not. I think it's a regular plastic bag, but we'll take a look. You can also get sanitizer, priming sugar, beer bottles, beer caps, proper starter, tap handle, and those are selections while you're buying this. So you don't have to go all over their website looking for these things. It's a convenience. You just go, I want this, or like yeast, I want to add a yeast, and they give you a selection of recommended yeasts for that style. Well, like I said, you can draw outside the lines, you can even draw inside the lines, but with a different yeast that maybe isn't in that option list or anything like that. So that's really convenient, and it's all about convenience there. It's just quick, easy, boom, 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 boom. You pick it, you do it, and you're talking, what is it? I think $59.99 or something to get free shipping. So you buy like 2 kits, unless you're buying really, really, like a light Pilsner, then you might need to get 3, but hey. Yeah, so shipping is gonna be super cheap. Without further ado, let's get this thing cut open. Let's see what we got in here. I'm a little concerned. The hop bag in there, I have 1 hop bag and it's pretty big. I don't think I have too many hops, but I'm just like, man, that's really big. So let's pull out that big hop bag because I'm really curious. Ah, okay. In this recipe, it recommends Cascade whole hops for the first hop edition. So this is, yeah, 2 ounces at 9.1. Something fell, sorry. So yeah, Cascade whole hops, 9.1, 2 ounces. That's really cool. I'm not a big whole hop person. I usually have pellets because they take up a lot less space, but yeah, pretty cool. So now we go on in here and I'm gonna just pull out the hops real quick and some other cool little things, and we'll go through them. There's a lot of stuff in here. Okay, so we have Centennial. I have 2 ounce. I have another 1 ounce of Centennial. I have an ounce of Columbus. I have 2 ounces of Magnum. Wow. Yeah, some high IBUs. But yeah, 2 ounces of Magnum. I got another ounce of Columbus and another ounce of Columbus at 16.7 alpha. Then we turn around here and we got 3 1 ounce packets of Simcoe. Yeah, I bought some Simcoe recently, so I should be good there. Well, I say recent, maybe not that recent. A Whirlflock tablet in a very personal package. But yeah, you get your Whirlflock tablet. The yeast, like I said, is separate. You pick that or you don't pick it, or you pick something maybe isn't exactly what's in the list. Now, here's my specialty grains. It's in a bag, and it is milled 6 ounces of Brice Caramel Malt 40L. So it's a caramel or crystal malt. But yeah, and it's I would say it's probably more for brewing a bag, or it would work if I'm putting it in something like an all-in-one system, which with your base malts, don't worry about this. If it's crushed more than you think, you're fine. I reach on in here and yes. And yeah, it's a kind of a glossy, better than my laser printer can print. So, oh, I didn't even realize it. They gave me the instructions and the sheet. So the 2 things I printed were inside the bag. Could have saved me some printing, but that's okay. I wanted to read it anyways, so it's all good. But yeah, and then one of the cool things too, I didn't mention this, is on the back of here, you have ratings, appearance, aroma, taste, overall. Basically it says, hey, review your beer and see if you like it, you didn't like it, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. And of course they ask you if you can go on to MoreBeer and do a review. Down here for record keeping, you know, when you brewed it, gallons fermented, original gravity, you have all those cool things in there. And then they're talking about other things where you can go and use MoreBeer.com's calculators. So if you're not sure about something, you could go out and use the free online calculators. If you've been brewing for a while, you probably know how to go and search Google for those, but if not, you know, it's just a nice convenience. And I didn't mention this, but a pound of corn sugar, you didn't have to buy that separately. It's in the kit. Everything's in the kit. And the kit's heavy. I mean, this stuff weighs some serious money, and that would be some expensive shipping. But yeah, as long as you're over that threshold, your shipping's free. So I'm just really, really impressed with how nice and how detailed the kit is. So I need to keep everything organized and get it into the freezer, the hops into my freezer, and the rest is good. That's the other thing too. This stuff is all sealed and the bags are resealable. You're gonna use everything in the kit, but let's say you want to modify the kit and you want to reduce some of the base, or you know, whatever reason you want to reuse the bag, you know, you could reuse these. These are Ziploc type bags, but they are completely sealed, so you don't have to worry about bugs or anything getting in them. Just keep them in a cool, dry place within your storage area, wherever that might be. But yeah, very, very impressed. Huge thank you going out to MoreBeer and Vito. I'll let you know on how that comes out. I was thinking about some yeast and he mentioned, hey, you want to use Cali, trust me. And I'm like, dude, I'll use Cali. So don't forget, like, subscribe, keep sharing. And hey, if you're on MoreBeer, say hi. Thank you. Cheers.